Hey guys, so welcome to Chat with your girl KST. It's your girl K, and today we're going to be talking about mass shooting that occurs at schools. There was this furious parent who wanted to share an opinion on the matter, and I also wanted to share my opinion, but let's listen to what this parent had to say.
Bring this? Aren't you guys tired of being here and having to cover all of these mass shootings? I'm from Highland Park. Family vacation with my son, visiting my sister-in-law. I have been lobbying in DC since we survived the mass shooting in July. I have met with over 130 lawmakers. How is this still happening? How are our children still dying, and why are we failing them? Gun violence is the number one killer of children and teens. It has overtaken cars. Assault weapons are contributing to the border crisis and fentanyl. We are arming cartels with our guns and our loose gun laws. And these shootings and these mass shootings will continue to happen until our lawmakers step up and pass gun safety legislation. I'm pretty sure this was an unsecured weapon that this teenager got a hold of. We can't even pass gun safety, like safe storage laws in this country to protect kids from getting a hold of weapons that they shoot each other with.
All right, so we're going to break away there because that reporter who was using that camera is obviously setting up to do a live report there. But the woman said it quite succinctly. Aren't you tired of this? Yes, we are tired of this.
So basically what happened, just because you guys can't quite see the video, while the reporter was setting up to get everything set up to do his news report, she came over and was just like, hey, aren't you tired of doing this, like covering mass shootings? Now, I just have a really, I don't know what you would call this opinion, but this opinion, I don't feel like it's the popular opinion. So let me say I have an unpopular opinion as it pertains to mass shootings. Now, is it wrong? Absolutely. So let's get these things out the way. Mass shootings are wrong. Children are being hurt. It's infecting the lives of children, innocent children of all kinds of races, innocent parents, people, friends, family, everything. Now that I've said that, what I'd like to jump into is, why aren't there metal detectors in the schools? I am an African American female, and I have been to maybe one school that perhaps didn't have a metal detector, and it probably has a metal detector now. So my thing is, and I'm trying to look for the words to say this just to not offend anyone, but I feel like the truth needs to be spoken. In black communities / African American communities, they plaster black children as thugs, as gangsters, as people who are harmful to the public. And because they've painted black children like this, black innocent children like this, then black innocent children now have to go to schools where there are metal detectors, as if they're going through airport security every single day in, day out. Take off your shoes, take off your belt, take off this, make sure this doesn't scan. What is this in your book bag? What is this? Why you have this here? And black children have to go through that when in black schools on a day-to-day basis every day. Now, white schools, predominantly Caucasian schools, are where we see these mass shootings occurring a lot, where there aren't any metal detectors. Now, I feel like there's this stigma that black children have that white children don't have. And because people don't want to stigmatize the children of Caucasian and say, hey, well, you know what? Caucasian kids too have issues with guns. Caucasian kids too are gangsters, are bullies, are these things. Because no one wants to accept that the issue is not the children, but the actual guns that are being fed to the children are the issue, then that's why I feel like we don't have the safety that we need to have in the Caucasian schools, which is why you're going to continuously see these mass shootings. Why haven't someone passed laws? Why was it lawful to enact and have all these different metal detectors in Black schools, in Black communities, but it's not there in Caucasian communities? Why not? And it's needed in those Caucasian schools. So what lawmakers now have to accept is that, you know what? We painted the Black children, the Black innocent children, to be gangsters, to be thugs. And you know what? They aren't gangsters. They aren't thugs. They're innocent children. And now they have to remove that um remove that stigma that they've placed upon these innocent children and say, hey, well, you know what? It's a gun violence issue, not a Black community issue, not a Black issue with the children. And I feel like if they're able to just swallow their pride and accept that, hey, these things don't just only happen in the Black community, it happens in the white communities as well. And we need to enact and put some metal detectors in these white schools, then you'll be better off. You'll be in a much better off space, and you won't have to witness these mass shootings because you'll have security guard. I remember in my high school, I had so many security guards. You go there, you had to scan your ID card, you had to go through metal detectors, put your bag through metal detectors. They look through every single thing that's in your bag. And if it looked like something funny, they were going to open your book bag and they were going to check your book bag. So if they enact this into the white communities, let's say a white child or some child at the school, whatever their race is, brings a gun, then the security guard who's been armed and trained in this field can say, oops, gun. And they can stop the problem before it becomes a catastrophe. But because no one wants to swallow their pride, no one wants to deal with the issue, they make it out to be a Black community issue. So that's just my thoughts and comments on this. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. So please feel comfortable to share your thoughts and comments down below if you're listening to this on YouTube. How do you feel about these mass shootings? Do you feel like metal detectors need to be placed into these Caucasian schools like they are in the Black schools? Share your thoughts and comments down below. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, I'll chat with you next time. Laters.